Hi everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie. I am focusing on getting an album finished. I have the equivalent of about 33 double page spreads left to do in this project, and I am hoping to share a few of these with you here. Hopefully you won't get too tired of seeing them. They are all travel layouts, but of course you can apply these to anything that you're working on. Now, a lot of them I am planning on using sketches. The sketches are all by Scrapbook Generations, and a lot of them are ones that they offer for sale. So I can't physically share the sketch with you online, but if you are interested, their sketches are phenomenal, especially if you like a really linear kind of look, which is what I like. They have really detailed instructions, so you can go right to the exact look that they present, or of course, like any sketch, you can take it in whatever direction that you want. So for this particular sketch, it does feature some banners, and so what I thought I would do rather than create them from scratch is I would pull out a die set that I have, and it's called the Banner Framelets. This is from was from Stampin' Up, but of course any banner die set that you have would work, and of course you could relatively easily create these yourself, right? They're just rectangles with a notch. So included in that die set is this one, which is about well, not quite 3 inches. It's just shy of 3 inches. So I may trim these photos down a little bit to be the same. I'm not sure. And I don't necessarily want the full length, but I can always trim that off afterwards. I'm going to cut them out this way and see how it ends up. The sketch also does kind of a mirror, a reverse mirror or a flip mirror, whatever you want to call it. So whatever you do on the bottom, you do at the top, but you flip. So I'm going to cut out 6 of these to start, and then I also have some smaller ones here as well that I thought would be kind of fun. So how do I pick papers from my kit? The first thing that I noticed on here was the red, so I wanted to have something that had red. Now almost all the collections I picked have red. The other thing was that this was a day at sea, so I thought maybe something that was a little bit more sea-oriented versus travel-oriented might be kind of fun. And so I pulled out the Ahoy there papers and stickers that I have, because I thought some of these would work really great. There's a picture of me with my friend. It says Friendly Sailors. It's a new day. So we're at the sea. It's a sea day. It's a new day at the sea. By land or by sea adventure. So there's lots of things that I think would work on here. I also have 2 of those sheets. I have 12 by 12 sheets here. So the first thing I'm going to do, though, like I always do, is I'm going to pull out my bag of scraps. And of all the pages I've done in this album so far, this is all that I have for scraps. Now, I don't know that I have too much in here from this collection, but if I do, I will pull them out. I'm going to spare you from that. But I am just going to pick 6 different patterns, or rather 3 patterns, to do 3 banners on the bottom and 3 banners on the top. So let me go figure that out first, and then I will be back and show you what I did. Okay, so here are the banners cut out. I did kind of overlap them just to get kind of a spacing, and I kind of like this look. I'm not exactly sure if this is the final spacing, but you get the idea. Now, these were originally 3 inches. I did trim this to 2 3/4 wide by 3, so that they are about the same width as these banners. When I was searching through my scraps, I did come across these strips here, so I thought, well, that might be kind of fun across the bottom. And I also have this stripe piece that I'm thinking maybe will work as well across the top. I don't know if I'm going to do the smaller banners yet. I'm going to play around with some of the embellishments and just see how that looks and whether or not I need those filler pieces. This is probably going to be centered too, not this right now is off center. So let me glue this down, because I know this is what I want, so that it doesn't constantly shift on me, and then we'll move on to the next steps. So here it is glued down. My intention was to have it centered, and somehow, as you can see, that didn't quite happen. So that's fine. I'm not going to tear this up. We're just going to map this all on another piece of paper. So I'm just going to trim this side down and then this side and this side to keep it as a square. And then we'll just mount it on something else. So in addition to those collections that I had mentioned earlier in last video, I had also pulled a bunch of coordinating cardstock from other paper, so just for my stash. And one of them is this Studio Calico Antagonist paper. And I think this would look kind of fun as the backdrop for this. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so that is now fastened. I did gut it, thinking maybe I could use some of this for embellishments. Also, the branding strip on this one has this stripe, which might be kind of fun in place of this stripe, just to tie it in a little bit more. So I think that's what I'm going to go with, is this stripe. And I think this, even though this is not going to be quite long enough, I think we might be able to make this work. Okay, let me play around with this. Okay, so here's the stripes laid down, and I just made this a little bit longer to extend the length, and I thought I'd put some brads or something on the end. And so I was looking through the stuff that I pulled to see if there were any brads, and I didn't find anything, but I came across these star sequins, and I thought it would be kind of fun to put them there. And then I thought, what about all the way in the centers, just to jazz it up. Also, while I was searching through my stash, I came across these wood veneers, and I really like how they play off this paper. So I pulled them out. I don't exactly know where they're going to live yet, but they're going to live somewhere. My next step, well, after gluing these down, because I'm going to do that before they get everywhere, is I am going to come up with a title and pull some stickers or thickers for that. Okay, so I came up with the title Chillin, just very loosely put that on there in case I wanted to add anything else. I had a little bit of a glue glob. I don't know if you could see that. It's still wet. I'm hoping that will dry okay. If not, we'll have to come up with plan B, or is it C now? I'm not really sure. I don't have enough adhesive under here, so I'm just going to tack a little bit of glue. What am I going to do for embellishments? As I mentioned before, I like this Friendly Sailors one. So I'm thinking maybe underneath the C, you know, that we could kind of tuck that in under like that. I know I could grab some wax paper, but I'm just a little too lazy for that. And then maybe another sticker down here, kind of like this one. Yeah, I like that one a lot, but I would probably put this on foam tape. So let's just kind of tack that lightly. Yeah, I like that one. And what about this one? Wherever the wind takes us. I like that one too. Maybe we could have kind of a subtitle. Literally, you guys, this is how it goes. I'm thinking this one should be on foam tape too. I just see something and I go with it. I don't try to overthink it too much. If I'm not able to make a decision pretty quickly, that's usually a sign that I need to walk away and come back another time, because it should not be that difficult. Or at least that's how I phrase it in my mind. So that might be it for stickers. I do have these wood veneers that I want to try. So I've got, let's see, maybe we could put something like that there, and a second one. And this anchor down here maybe somewhere. Something like that. I don't like this circle in here. I think I like this better up here. Something like that. And then I need to have a little bit of a journaling box. So I'm going to have to find a piece for journaling. I'm really liking how this is going. So let me put the pieces down with like the main layers. The wood veneer I'll hold off on yet, but I will apply some adhesive behind these two pieces. And with foam adhesive, it always leaves a little bit of an edge anyways, in case, you know, I need to tuck something under. That shouldn't be a problem. So let me do that and then find something to do my journaling on. So I found this kind of craft label. This was in Ali Edwards' label. So it kind of plays off the craft from up here, and then also the wood veneer is kind of that brownie look. So I think that all works. I did a little bit of journaling. For those of you that aren't familiar with this project, I actually have a full documented journaling of this trip already. And you're probably wondering why I'm scrapbooking it, because this only has a sampling of the photos, and I basically did this while I was on the ship. So this is in the moment journaling and a few photos, but mostly what I'm scrapbooking here are, you know, the bigger picture, but I'm not doing as much word journaling. So the two of them kind of complement each other, or at least that's how I look at it. And it's been great having this because, of course, in a couple of years, you forget a lot of the details. So I am going to attach these wood veneers here and here like I originally indicated, and this one up here, but I do want another wood veneer to kind of balance this out. And so I have from this same set, these were from Kaiser Craft, by the way, I do have this little knot, a rope piece or knot piece, and I am going to cover the date up, I think, but that's okay because I've got the date on the lead in page to this, so it's not a big deal. And then I'm just going to need some finishing touches. So let me get that all done and then I'll show you the final results. Okay, so I just added some enamel dots to finish that up. Again, going for kind of that odd number, 2 wood veneer and 3 dots, 2 wood veneer, 3 dots. You know, I don't have to do that, but it just kind of, I think, is aesthetically pleasing. It looks like this star is going to be okay. It's not too in your face that there's a great big glue blob underneath it. I also took a black pen and just did like a really rough, I don't know if you can see that, just a really rough, sketchy line all the way around, and I did it twice because the pen I used was very fine tip. So I'll just show you what the end result looks like. On to the next one. So stay tuned next week for another installment in Get This Album Done. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, happy crafting.